Howdy, hi. It is Do Your Job Sports WNBA picks and predictions for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. We are looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, we're going to recap the previous day's results. Probably the best day in the WNBA season so far. Big slate, 5 games. We go 10-3 on the day, bringing our season record to 181 in 165. We added one team to the ban list. Hello, Seattle Storm. We will talk about them in a minute. For quite obvious reasons, they had to go on the ban list. Removed from the ban list was the Las Vegas Aces. They took care of business at home against an injured Atlanta Dream team. And there was already people talking about it in the Discord, mostly Rattler, Arike Gumbawale. She is still on the ban list. She just got one of the imaginary images behind her of herself removed, because Arike is supposed to be on this banned list 3 times. So Inception, imagine behind Arike is 2 more Arikes. So I just took away one of the imaginary ones. So now Arike is only on the ban list twice. She has to shoot 50% from the field 2 more times this season, and then she can get off the ban list. So that's the recap on the ban list. Let me talk about these games real quick, then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, game 1. It did not get off to a good start for us early in this game. We had the Sparks plus 3.5. We had the over 167.5. We also had Rickea Jackson points over 13.5. All of them looked like they were going to lose at the end of the first quarter. First quarter score was 16-26, the Mystics winning. Then the Sparks bounced back. Second quarter, they won 24-9. So the halftime score was 40-35 with the Sparks winning. Rickea Jackson only had 2 points at halftime. She was 1 of 8 from the field. Rickea finished the game with 22 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 4 of 8 from deep. She caught absolute fire in the third quarter. So did the Sparks. They caught fire in the second half, scoring 53 points. They scored 27 in the third, 26 in the fourth, 52% from the field, 42% from deep. This is kind of what I was talking about. If this Sparks team is making their shots, you are not going to beat them. I legitimately think they could be a top 5 team in the league if they played any semblance of defense. With Cameron Brink back, this team is going to be nasty. You're going to have Azrae Stevens coming off the bench. You're going to have Ray Burrell coming off the bench. You still have Van Loo on this team. We are never going to hear from Sarah Ashley Barker ever again. This team is good. I think they can do some serious work if they do actually make it to the playoffs. If they do, we'll see. But I think they're good. Next game, we had Liberty minus 11. We had the over, 162.5. This was another game that looked horrible right from the get-go. The over always looked good, but the Liberty minus 11 did not. They were losing at halftime by 3 points. Halftime score 46. Oh, they were losing by 4 points. Sorry, 46-42 at halftime. Then the Liberty came back, won the second half, a score of 56-38 as they beat the Indiana Fever 98-84. Fever lose their legs in the second half of a basketball game once again. They shoot 42% from the field. Liberty shoot 52%, 54% from deep, and they go 20 of 21 from the free throw line. They still lose the rebounding battle, and they lost the turnover battle, but they won the game because they can actually put the ball in the hoop. Next game, we had the Lynx minus 13.5. We had the under 159.5. Another game just added to the list. It looked horrible at the end of the first quarter. Chicago Sky won 24-18. Then the Mercury, what am I talking about? The Lynx won the second quarter 29-14. The third quarter 23-12. In the fourth quarter 21-18. Angel Reese, she had her double-double. Nafisa Collier really didn't even play that well. She went 19-8-4. She just didn't have the volume she normally does. Courtney Williams, 3 of 11. Kayla McBride have a good game, going 8 of 14. Just kind of ho-hum, got it through. Final score, Lynx 91, Sky 68. We hit the under by the hook. I was terrified at the end of the first quarter because I was like, damn, why did I bet an under ever? I hate betting unders. It's awful. But this one worked out as we win by the hook. So thank you. Our 3-player props we all hit. Alicia Gray. She is the only person I would feel comfortable betting on this Atlanta Dream team. Today she went for 24, 8, and 2, 7 of 16 from the field. She's the only person I would actually back. Her and maybe Brianna Jones. But Brianna Jones just didn't shoot the ball enough. Today she only shot it 6 times. You cannot have your starting power forward shooting it 6 times, especially when your starting center is Brittany Griner, who cannot shoot the basketball. So I don't know what was going on there. Although, to be fair, Brittany Griner has been shooting the 3 ball a little better this season. She's shooting at 28% from deep, which I think is better than Caitlin Clark this year. So take that for what you will. We already talked about Rakia. She hit her player prop. We had 13.5 points. Asia Wilson hit hers in the fourth quarter, a little greasier than it should have been. But she goes 24 points, 12 rebounds. That is 36 PR. All we needed was 32.5 PR. So that cashes. Then finally, we had the Aces, minus 112 on the money line. This also looked horrible at the end of the first quarter. They were down 27-20. So all of our bets were losing at the end of the first quarter, and then they all came back to win. So interesting. They win the game 87-72. They come back, win. This Dream team is screwed without Ryan Howard. They are screwed. All right, now we're losers. The Storm, you are on the ban list for many of reasons. I will cut them a little bit of slack. The closing line for this game finished at Seattle minus 6.5. Starting point guard Skylar Diggins did not play due to personal reasons. What those personal reasons are, I don't know, but they must have been serious enough for her not to suit up. And they lose the game. Do I think it really would have made a difference if she played? Probably not, considering they lost by 24 points, but definitely would have been helpful. Final score, Dallas 87, Seattle 63. Dallas shot 45% from the field. Seattle shot 31% from the field, 19% from deep. They lost the offensive rebound battle. They won the turnover battle. But story here, Arike Gumbawale, 7 of 12 from the field, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Not to mention 2 turnovers, so she took care of the ball. Paige Beckers, 14, 4, and 6. Haley Jones, 10, 6, and 6. Haley Jones is a person who has been cut by 3 different teams this year. Not to mention, she was cut by the Wings for a period of time, then they re-signed her. You had Geiseldoder, their power forward, dropped 13, 3, and 2. This Wings team is weird. Just really, really weird. We'll see how they do. I still don't think they're very good, but who knows? Then with the over, 161.5 in the Atlanta Dream in the Aces game. This was looking good, and then it missed by 3 points. They only scored 33 points in the final quarter. So we lose this by 3. All right, that's the recap. That was a lot of talking. Let's get on to the singular game for tomorrow. All right, so the only game of the day, it is the Atlanta Dream at the Phoenix Mercury. I'm going to take the Mercury minus 7. Going to rock the over, 160.5. I don't know why the WNBA did the Atlanta Dream so horrible here. This has to be the worst scheduling spot of the entire season. It is the first 2 days back from the All-Star break. You schedule an East Coast team to then travel to the West Coast and play back-to-back road games against the Aces and the Mercury. This is the worst scheduling spot of the year. Ridiculous by the WNBA. These are 2 guaranteed losses. I don't know why they did it. Dream, they just lost on the road to the Aces by, I think, 17 points. Their defense looked horrible. Without Ryan Howard, they just don't have anyone to defend. You stick Brittany Griner down low. I mean, she's going to guard the rim as much as she can. Brianna Jones isn't a horrible defender. You have Jordan Canada. She's too small to play any defense. Alicia Gray, good offensively, not the most talented defensively. And in terms of scoring the ball, the only option you have from deep currently, Alicia Gray. Jordan Canada can make the perimeter shot every once in a while. Not nearly as consistent as a Ryan Howard would be. Without Howard, you don't have a mid-range. You're relying on Brianna Jones to do way too much. But in that Las Vegas Aces game, Brianna Jones only shot the ball 6 times. They just don't get her the ball enough. Then they're also going to be playing a Mercury defense who is getting reinforcements. You already have Alyssa Thomas down low, who's a great defender. You get Satu Sabali back in the lineup, Kalia Copper back in the lineup. This is just going to be a real rough back-to-back road spot with travel. Mercury, 15-7 on the year. It is their first game back from the All-Star break. Satu Sabali, Kalia Copper, they are not listed on the injury report. They were both slated to come back for this game. With the WNBA and its inaccuracies of injury reporting, do I really know if they will both play? No. The fact that they're only laying 7 kind of leads me to believe only one of them is going to play. I mean, we just all saw how bad the Dream are. They just played at the Aces. I think the Mercury have a better overall team lineup than the Aces do. And maybe not. It's probably really similar, to be honest with you. But laying 7, I would have made this line closer to like 9.5, 10. If they both play, this should be 100% belt to ass. But I just don't see how the Dream make this a competitive game with travel, West Coast, against a fully healthy Mercury team. And that leads us into player props. I am only taking Alicia Gray. The main reason being, I'm not 100% sure if Sabali and Copper are playing. If they do both suit up, I'm going to need to see a game of all of their team with AT, Satu, and Copper playing at the same time. I have to see how that looks. I'm not going to blindly take AT PRA anymore just because they are healthy. And I got to see what her PRA looks like with other people in the lineup who actually demand the ball. Kalia Copper is going to take 10 shots a game. Sabali's probably good for 12 to 13 a game. So Alyssa Thomas's production definitely gets moved down with the other starters in the role. But I am going to run back Alicia Gray PRA. Her lines are not set yet. I'm assuming it's going to be around the same 27.5 number. If you are not in the Discord, you can join that. I will post the number, whatever I get it at in the morning, once the player props are listed. But we're going to take her PRA over. She's the only person they have offensively who I actually trust. Her or Bree Jones, but I'll take her again. PRA, let's run it. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.